Tampa Bay to be on top in the most important category, the scoreboard, 10-0, and we get a chance to see it once again here. Danny Bugs, excellent receiver, just gets to the outside. Defensive back has his back turned. He can't make the play. Danny, nothing pretty, just a catch for 6 points.
9-yard play, that plus a 22-yard field goal by Zenon Androsian, the 10 points. That Tampa Bay leads by now. Those turnovers for Oakland, 3 fumbles, 2 coming after completed passes, and 1 after Arthur Whittington had rushed for a first down, and the interception coming on the 1-yard line. And Kevin Shea's kickoff is very, very short, taken by Warren Hanna up around the 22-yard line. Though the coverage under it was so high in the air, the coverage was pretty efficient. So the ball is marked up at the 32 for Tampa Bay, where they have it first down. And they, we presume, will open with basically the same group that started the ball game for them. The quarterback Jimmy Jordan, Sam Platt, Carl Franks. Jordan in the first half, 12 out of 14 for 144 yards and 1 touchdown. He's been sacked 4 times, losing 42 yards. So they work it out of the I formation on the first snap, and Jordan is a deep drop to go down the middle for Gillespie, and it is incomplete. Double coverage on Willie. Coming all the way back with him was Saladin Martin. It was Martin that deflected the ball away from Gillespie late in the first half and stopped him from the home run.
On that play, there was excellent coverage, but number 32, Carl Franks, came out of the backfield, went about 10 yards downfield and hooked it up over the middle, and he was wide open. There was no one for miles around him. He could have turned it upfield and gained another 10 at least.
In case you missed it, in conversation with Burt Reynolds, we noted that Tampa Bay expects to announce the signing of Arkansas's great running back and wide receiver Gary Anderson tomorrow. He is one of the, in my opinion, the top 10 football players in the country this year because he can do so much for you. Here's the handoff to Greg Boone. And Boone is across the 37, and you've got a penalty flag and a face mask call coming against Oakland. Another mistake by the Invaders.
Gary Anderson, I just want to add to that, Keith, is a ball player who possesses all the talents and tools for the way football is played today. A running back, receiver, a guy who can line up in the backfield, make the big play on the ground, come out of the backfield, catch a short pass, and turn it into the long gain that could break the defensive back.
Well, he was...
Face mask, defense, 59. Results in a first down.
For Lou Holtz and the Arkansas Razorbacks during his 4 years there. There you see the play and the face mask grab. Inadvertently, but it's damaging nonetheless for Oakland as Tampa Bay has it first down out near their own 43, leading the ball game 10-0, and Jimmy Jordan back to throw. He goes over the middle. He's got Danny Bugs wide up. It's Truvillion who's wide open down the middle. Eric Truvillion, big catch, 33-yard line of Oakland, first down Tampa Bay.
That's a big gain. Eric Truvillion, if you can watch him when he catches his pass, you must have been watching Danny Bugs when he got popped pretty hard, because as soon as he catches the ball and he's coming down, watch how he protects himself. He says, I don't want to get myself hurt here. Just drop that shoulder down. I'm not going anywhere. I've got the ball. I'll take the gain right here. 5 blue jerseys all around him.
First down, Oakland 33. Well, they put one on the board here. The Invaders are in trouble. Jordan trying to do it, too. He's going for a deep corner route, and they get tangled up down there. Saladin Martin defending against Truvillion. There is no flag. Eric with a pleading look at the official, but no call.
No. Saladin Martin had good position on it, and the defensive back is allowed to have position. The receiver can't run into him. It's offensive pass interference, and that time the ball was thrown so far to the outside beyond Eric Trevillion's reach that he just kind of went upfield and bumped him a little bit, incidental contact. Eric Trevillion now has 2 catches for 35 yards.
Gillespie is wide to the top of the picture, and Jordan hands it off to Sam Platt. Slants to the 31, picks up 2 yards on the carry. And now Jimmy Jordan will be working with 3rd down and 8. Franks is coming back into the lineup with Greg Boone going out.
And who?
To America.
Third down, 8. Jordan, who had the big first half, has come out 0 for 4 here in the second. That's Platt out of the backfield. And he's got a first down as Sam hit the chalk somewhere inside the 20, around the 19.
Driven out of bounds by Kenny Daniels out of San Jose State, a rookie at cornerback.
With Jordan having that big first half and coming out here in the second half, drilling the ball deep down the middle to those big wide receivers. Oakland's really looking down the barrel. It's a double barrel.
And it's loaded.
Jordan again sets up, gets pressure, gets it off in the corner. Trevelyan is there. Great catch, touchdown. Derek Martin was all over it, and he still pulled it in. Well, that was an almost play. Oakland almost sacked Jordan, and Derek Martin almost knocked it away, but it comes up 6 for Tampa Bay.
Well, he drops back and he gets tremendous pressure again right there. He just barely gets it off before he's knocked down. But the receiver made a great catch, but he also had wide open down the middle Willie Gillespie, so he couldn't have gone wrong whichever direction he wanted to go in that time.
We'll show you the catch by Trevelyan after Andrusic's extra point. It is good. 13:07 to go in the third quarter. Tampa Bay has now opened up a 17-0 lead as Jordan is now 15 out of 19 for 200 yards, and here's the catch by Trevelyan.
That little hesitation move right there was enough to get him beyond the corner. Watch his body control as he spins, turns all the way around, makes a catch, and then taps that toe in bounds. Good catch all the way around.
Well, that really was. He really looked at home. Timeout, and the Bandits right now in control.
We'll take a look at this play again. Now watch, Eric Trevelyan comes off. And he's got the corner there. Number 25, you saw at the beginning of the picture inside. That stutter move gets him free inside. Now watch the great body control. Just absolutely wonderful. A receiver needs more body control in a situation like that than anything else to get the body turned around so he's in position to make the catch.
What if he had the same ballet teacher you did?
Could be. Could be.
Here's your kickoff. It is short. Taken on the 18-yard line by Lewis Jackson. Jackson trying to find a path upfield. Gets it back to the 26, and now Oakland in a hole. Got to go to work.
Keith, what Jackson was trying to do, he ran across the field. He was looking for number 88, Banks, and he was going to hand the ball off to him on the reverse. But the kick was so short, and the timing just got all fouled up. Banks came over a little bit earlier, and they tried the trick play that they couldn't put together.
Arthur Whittington now is having a big day with 92 yards on 13 carries and 2 pass receptions for 15. Besana, 12 out of 22 for 125. Intercepted one time, and it was not his fault. It ricocheted off a receiver and was scooped up. He had been sacked 34 times going into the ball game today, but so far the Bandits have not reached him. Fred gets his pass off. It is short, and the gain is out to the 32. Picks up on that play maybe 5.5, 6 yards. Jimmy Jordan right now with Tim Brandt.
Thanks, Keith. You talked about that great catch by Trevelyan. Jimmy Jordan never even saw it, did you?
Didn't. I was on my back. That was a great catch. I guess, everybody's telling me it was. Anyway, I was hit right when I released the ball. My arm was hit, and luckily I had enough on it to get it over the guy. I'd like to see it on a replay, but, I don't know exactly what happened on it.
All right, thanks, Jimmy.
Okay.
Threw it to a spot, Keith.
Jimmy having a big day. Here's Besana. Gives the ball to Whittington. Fumble. Tampa Bay is claiming it. Boy, they're having trouble hanging on to the football today. They've turned it over 4 times, 3 of them on fumbles, 2 after passes had been completed, and 1 after Whittington had run for a first down, and sure enough, there's number 5.
The left guard for the Oakland offense, Steve Houston, number 66, rookie out of Fresno, just raised his hands and said, oh my goodness, what can happen next? Lots of disappointment.
Walter Carter looks to be the man that came out of there with the football, but the defensive front really went at him.
Oh, they certainly did. Number 53, Paul Porowski, just popped right through there, causing some chaos and havoc right in the secondary. Again, a big play for the Tampa Bay Bandits.
First down on the Oakland 33. Jordan trying to cash it in. Goes to the sideline route and misses Danny Buggs. A little bit too high. wonder if Danny wears those gloves to the supper table.
Well, maybe he does. I talked to him before, one of the earlier games we did, and I asked him why he does wear the gloves. He said something he's just grown accustomed to. But when you have those gloves on, they help in the cold, but you lose your touch. Matter of fact, I was going to wear them one game. Joe Green walked over to me and says, take those gloves off. You can't feel the ball. I took them off and had one of my best days in cold weather.
Well, with your size against Joe, I reckon you'd do what he told you, wouldn't you? They take it on the ground with Sam Platt carrying the ball, and Sam's down to the 30 for a pickup of 3 yards. They'll be looking at 3rd down and about 7 now. Coming up next week, these two teams, Oakland will be at home with Washington a week from Monday night, whereas Tampa Bay will go back home for the Arizona Wranglers.
Tampa Bay and Arizona, that's a good matchup, Keith.
Yeah. 3rd down, long 7, short 8. Jordan runs away from the pressure. He has nobody to throw it to. Now dumps it off short and he throws it right into the hands of Gary Plummer, the Oakland linebacker. That's one of those times when Jimmy should have eaten the ball, but he throws it right to Plummer, and Tampa Bay now turns it over.
You're right, Keith. He should have just either thrown it out of bounds, or when he had so many people around, a couple of people around him, just dropped and taken the loss. But I think that's his inexperience that caused that turnover. So Oakland has the opportunity to come back down by 17.
There's Gary Plummer, the man who intercepted the ball. And actually, all he had to do was catch it because it was thrown right to him.
That's right. Well, again, let's take a look at Jimmy Jordan. You see the pressure. Now, right here, either throw it out of bounds or eat it. Just a weak little pass receiver wasn't even turned around. Sam Platt was the only other receiver in that area. Right there, you see Platt trying to take his head off with that forearm.
Dewey McClain was shaken up on that play across the way. He's come back across the field now, and he's all right. So here's Oakland operating from the 26, 1st down. In a 17-0 ball game, Tampa Bay leading. Lewis Jackson is the man out of the I-back position, and he's got the ball. Blocking coming around, gets a block from Holmes. He turns it back inside near the 30, and about 4 yards on the carry. Paul Porowski, who's had a big day defensively for Tampa Bay, made the stop. There's a very interesting football game coming up next week in Philadelphia, with the Philadelphia Stars locked up in a 3-3 ball game against the Denver Gold. Next week, the Stars are looking at the Chicago Blitz, who are winning big today over the Washington Federals.
And that could be a showdown in Philadelphia worth seeing. Kelvin Bryant versus Tim Spencer.
Give him 3 on that carry. Mark him on the 29. And you got a call against the Oakland Invaders as Jack Holmes started too soon and tried to check himself and couldn't do it. So that's a procedure call. That's going to go against Oakland. Boy, the mistakes they've made today.
Keith, on that last sweep, the play prior to this one, I watched the line coming out. I watched the intensity of that offensive team of Oakland, and there was none there. They just looked like they were
Illegal motion, offense, penalty refused. The 3rd down.
Tampa Bay refusing it to make it 3rd down and 7.
Looked like they were just going through the motions. Looked like there was no intensity in the blocking end. Now, I have to say right now, if this Oakland team can't mount a drive and put 6 points on the scoreboard now, they run the risk of that entire offensive team just going straight down the tubes with their attitude and their execution. And then look out, Tampa Bay could just double its score in the last period.
Well, Oakland has historically been a second-half team all season. This time, Basana trying to get out of the stack, can't do it. So the man who had been sacked 34 times coming into the ball game gets sacked for the first time today. And that's going to bring up 4th down, and they'll have to punt it out.
Keith, they collapsed that pocket all around them. Wasn't as if one man got through, but as a unit, they just charged in, collapsed it around him, and he had nowhere to go. Just tried to scoot out. Couldn't make it.
Stan Talley is in for his 3rd punt. Alvin Bailey dropping deep. Talley has kicked it 49 and 34 in his 2 previous punts. Looks like the swirling wind may be against him here. High snap. That's a good driving kick into the wind. It runs Bailey all the way back to the 26 where he falls down and then breaks out of there. Alvin Bailey with a tough return. Jack Holmes finally brought him down. That's a 51-yard punt into the wind. Another look at the return by Bailey. Falling down, gets up, and I guess the fellow that made it was, he figured out was Kelly Kirchbaum, right?
That's right. He just comes in. A good number right there. That block is what sets Bailey free down the middle, and then he runs past a few other people. Nice little cut block right there, or cut tackle, and he hits a turf. But Kirchbaum saved him there.
Ball is just short of the 45. Tampa Bay side of the field. Bandits leading 17-0. Jimmy Jordan sets him up. They're a little indecisive behind him, but they get away with it. He's going deep. And it is incomplete. The pass intended for Eric Truvillion and defending Kenny Daniel. And it is Jordan down. Well, I didn't see the end of it. I was following the ball. I don't know if he just got walloped. The way he was holding his hand, I sort of wondered if he might not have made contact with somebody. Take a look.
Here he's going downfield. His mind's made up to go deep because he had short people open. Right now he seems to be all on his own. He gets the ball away. Now there's no one around right there. He's hit right in the ribs. She lets go and he falls back right there on his shoulders. You can see that little ridge right in his waist.
He's
Looks like he has a flak jacket on.
He's got to leave, so Jimmy Jordan is going out, and that's going to bring in it was Dupre Marshall who hit him, the nose guard for Oakland, Nathaniel Kuntz, I would imagine, the rookie out of Florida A&M. Jordan, 15 out of 22, has to leave the ball game. And it's Nathaniel Kuntz into the lineup, a rookie, on 2nd down and 10. Ball goes to Greg Boone, and Boone can't turn the corner. Gets a yard or so, and that'll do it.
Keith Nathaniel hasn't had a chance to warm up, not anticipating that an injury at this point in the ball game, so I don't expect he will put the ball up on this first series. If they can come away with him not having to throw the ball, even though they're looking at a 3rd down and 10 situation, give him a little time to warm up.
Well, he has not thrown a pass. They're working on Jimmy Jordan. So Nathaniel Kuntz is the man on the spot right now. 3rd down and 10, and the heat's on. He gets away from one, back to the line of scrimmage. That'll do it. And Alva Lyles was breathing fire. Big Alva was in on him before he could take a breath. And it's 4th down, and Oakland will get the ball back. Kuntz was a 3-year letterman at Florida A&M. He broke school passing records there. He was a 4-year letterman. He was a captain of the ball club, and he led the Mid-East Atlantic Conference in passing and total offense. But he is just 21 and has had virtually no experience at the professional level.
Well, I saw the way he, after he handed the ball off in his first play, the way he rolled out as if he had the ball in the bootleg. I'll tell you right now, this kid's a running quarterback.
Oh, he can run. Yes, he can. And transition now. Averaging 49 yards per punt today, 2 of them over 50. We've got contact along the line of scrimmage. Oakland claiming that an offensive man up front raised up, moved on it. Tony Hayes blowing in there. When somebody moves along that offensive front, those defensive guys' eyes get real big because it's legal to lay a lick on them, and they'll almost always exercise the opportunity.
Yes, most often if it's someone that hasn't
Offense, 4th down.
hasn't done a real good job at stopping them, they'll just push them a little bit. But if there's some bad feelings among those folks up on that line, that's his chance to really take a nice little pop and get them one.
Gordon Banks deep on 4th and 15. And position figures to hit this one around his 30. Pressure's on, gets it out. Sidelines, out of bounds. No return for Banks. He had no chance at it as Andrusician knocks it out of bounds on the 27. Let's check in with Tim Brent.
Keith, they just took Jimmy Jordan into the locker room. He has a severe shoulder injury. He will be x-rayed. He will not be back this afternoon. Head coach Steve Spurrier came into me and he says, put this on television. They don't protect the quarterbacks in this league. He is furious. Both of his quarterbacks now, Reeves and Jordan, are out with injuries.
Well, when Jimmy was hit, it looked like the contact was made right on the point of the shoulder. So, you know, he may be looking at a shoulder separation right there. Boy, that is tough. Timeout. 8:25 to go, third quarter, 17-0 Tampa Bay. 8:25 to go in the third quarter. We want to show you again the injury to Jimmy Jordan. And the way he was hit, it could very well be a separated shoulder.
He releases the ball right there. He's hit and just driven back right onto that shoulder, his left shoulder.
Nathaniel Kuntz, raw rookie, is in there, but right now it's Fred Basana's turn to go to work. A little quick outlet pass and a very good grab by Gordon Banks. As Banks is short of the first down, just turned it right to the sidelines up around the 32. John Reeves is due to get the cast off his broken wrist tomorrow, but it's got to be at least 3 weeks before he gets back in action. And David Trout now, with an 18-yard field goal, has put Philadelphia on top of Denver 6-3. In the fourth quarter, they must be really knocking some heads in that ball game.
That's for sure.
Chicago winning big, 28-3 over Washington. Second down, about 4. Basana back. Again goes the short route, goes to Raymond Chester, the tight end this time. And Raymond tumbles down close to a first down. So now Basana trying to nickel and dime the Tampa Bay defense, and they'll bring the chains on for the measurement.
He has the time to do it too. He's got 8 minutes in this period, a whole another 15 minutes coming up in the fourth quarter, and if he just takes his time, moves the team down the field, they can get some points on the board. Getting Jimmy Jordan injured, having him injured, is probably the biggest break they have right now, because Jimmy was having a great game.
Sure was.
For Tampa Bay, driving his team down the field, coming up with the big plays. And not having him in there now, having a quarterback in there who doesn't have the experience, could stall that Tampa Bay offense and give Oakland the ball more often to score.
It is a first down for the Invaders. Ball is on the 36. They reverse it. That's Wyatt Henderson. And Henderson gets about 6 yards, maybe 7 out of it. The ball comes loose, but he is down. Looking ahead and considering the circumstance now for Tampa Bay, they're not out of the woods on this one at all, because this Oakland club can explode on you as well. But they go home for successive games against Arizona and Oakland. Then they go on the road in a big ball game in the Central Division against Michigan, play Birmingham, another Central Division game at home. But then they have to go on. By the time they go to Chicago, I would think, June 12, they will have John Reeves back.
Well, they're going to need him desperately at that time.
Second down, 3. They take it up the middle. Arthur Whittington appears to have the first down. And they'll mark it up around the 47. That may be close enough for the chains. They move it back a tad. Now it may not be close enough for the chains. Well, they'll bring them on. Well, the point made by Steve Spurrier, they're not protecting quarterbacks, and they're not as quick. They're not as quick to blow the whistle in the USFL as they are in the NFL.
No, they aren't. As a matter of fact, when Basana had dropped back to pass and a few plays back, and a pocket collapsed around him, and he was scrambling out, they should have blown it dead when he hit the ground. But they gave him enough time to hit the ground, then jump back up and almost try and get back up and run again, which then one of those big men could have just fallen right on top of him then and really hurt him.
Let's take 5 seconds right here to let our local stations identify themselves. Third down, very, very short for Oakland. About 6 inches. Basana. Tampa defense, good charge. Good pressure. But I think they'll give his progress and give him the first down. On third down conversions today, Oakland now goes to 4 out of 7.
Going into the ball game, they led the USFL in third down efficiency right at 50%.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Now they're doing just a bit better than 50% in this ball game today.
They need a big play to get back in the ball game. They're trying for it. Oh, did he hold it? Yes, he did. At the 18-yard line, Wyatt Henderson. It was hot as a firecracker when he first got his hands on it, but he wrestled with it and got it under control before he went out of bounds.
That was a very good play on his part. Defensive back had his back turned. Nice pass by Fred Bassan. Had more than enough time to get it in here. Just over the defensive back's shoulder. Now watch this. He's just playing with it here. He's got it. And he's pushed out of bounds.
Just barely.
Just barely is right.
And so now the Invaders are knocking on the door. There's one juggle, there's two juggles, there's one step, there's two steps, and it's first down with Lewis Jackson, the I-back. He wants to throw it. He pumps it in the air and he overthrows Wyatt Henderson. Henderson was open. He had Chester and Henderson together, and Wyatt was the man more open than Raymond.
He wanted to get the ball to him real bad. Halfbacks love this play. You know, everybody wants to be a passer. And he got this ball. He thought for sure he was going to get him. Right there, he throws it a little off balance. Not a bad pass, just a bit too high.
So it's second down and 10 at the Tampa Bay 18. Lewis come to the sideline. He said, "Coach, I need more practice on that play."
They probably won't run it once a week.
3 wide receivers now. Better hurry. Just in time. Whoa, look at this. Masana gets it away. Gets his body away. And now he is thrown down back at the 35. Alonzo Johnson broke through there and made the initial contact. And then Fred Nordgren got involved.
Well, that time, the Tampa Bay defense, and by the way, with the problems they may have in offense with the change of passers, it's going to fall on the defense's shoulder to make those kind of plays to keep Oakland out of the end zone and keep this lead intact and come away with a victory. That time, the pressure was perfect as they blitzed, played a couple little games up front, and down goes Basana.
Loss of 15 back to the 33, third down and 25. Again, 3 wide people. A little better protection. The pass away. It's over the middle, and the pass is complete. But it is nowhere near the original line of scrimmage. The tackle made at the 25 on Raymond Chester. He had Henderson going down the sidelines, but he chose Chester instead. And it brings up fourth down and brings Kevin Shea into the ball game.
Right there, you see Chester making the catch. He's had 2 defenders around him. They're playing a little zone, looking for the pass, not wanting to give up the big pass. So they had the people drop back deep, watching all the speedsters.
This is within his range. His long has been 45 this year. He was asked to kick 155. Snap wasn't too good. Kick is up this time, and he hooked it left. He hooks it left. And so Oakland is turned away. It was that big play by Alonzo Johnson that made the difference. And John Ralston's going to have a drink. And John, I don't blame you. 17-0 Tampa timeout. Johnson has carried his collegiate habits into professional football. He made the big play that turned Oakland aside.
Did a great job just powering his way in from the top of the screen. He misses the first time. To the old drill where you hit the ground and get right back up. He does it well. Comes right back in, puts him down. Good coaching, good intensity on his part.
Kevin Shea missed the field goal from 42 yards. Kevin is now 2 out of 10 at home. Winning at home has been tough for a lot of people in the USFL. Nathaniel Kuntz a little late on the handoff to Carl Franks. Franks tucks it away and moves it out to about the close to the 34. He'll have about 4 yards on that carry. Well, Kuntz now has got some heat on him. With Jimmy Jordan, the shoulder injury.
For those of you at home who are, shall we say, football students who try and follow the game and the flow and exactly what's going on, just take notice of the change in the offensive strategy that we may see here on the part of Tampa Bay. More running, just like this to the outside. Sam Platt.
Surrounded and corralled.
Also take note of how the defense is going to play. They're very well aware that Kuntz has not really thrown very much, hasn't had a chance to play. Inexperienced. They're going to play the run a bit more. In obvious passing situations, they're going to come with their ears back, look to make the big plays.
There's one element that enters in here too. You know, you dress 3 quarterbacks. The 3rd quarterback is your 41st man. Now, it's 3rd down and 10. If Kuntz should get shaken up, Mike Kelly now becomes eligible to come into the ball game. Mike Kelly is a Georgia Tech graduate, a very good passer. He's been around some pro camps. So Kelly would be much more experienced than Nathaniel Kuntz. So Mike is now eligible for the ball game, what with Jordan being hurt. But Kuntz must play in front of him. Nathaniel will go to the air, and he drilled it, and it's intercepted as it ricocheted off Trevelyan. And the Oakland Invaders, Marcus Quinn, sets the Invaders in front of the goalpost, 1st down at the 20.
It was 3rd down, the obvious passing situation. Oakland applying pressure on the passer, drops back in the zone, makes a great play. The pass is just a little bit too high, a hot pass to handle. Bounces off his receiver into the hands of a defensive back, and he makes up some ground. The big play the Oakland Invaders were looking for.
Looks like that Trevelyan might have caught it, except he threw the ball so confounded hard.
Right there, up in the air, hit his hands and bounced off, and right there it's picked off.
All right, Masana and the Invaders now will try to cash it in after Quinn's 2nd interception of the season. And they give it to Whittington, and Arthur blows it up the middle and hangs on to the football. The way things have been going today, that's the most important thing. He takes it from the 20 down to the 11.
Good, quick, hard-hitting play. Arthur Whittington having a big day still in this ball game, even though they're losing. So I think it's a man that they're going to have to put more of the responsibility on right now. Let him run the ball and push it into the end zone.
He's got 104 yards in the ball game. 2nd down, 1. 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Whittington again, up the middle, running in behind big Frank Frazier and Dale Markham. 1st down and goal to go Oakland at the Tampa Bay 6. Now the Oakland offense doesn't look quite as lethargic.
No, they don't. They seized the opportunity created by that defense. Attitude has always been so very important in playing a football game, and the attitude of the ball club is often the difference in victory and loss, not necessarily the talent.
Whittington, a 3rd straight carry to about the 3.
And the fans here are used to seeing number 22, Arthur Whittington, run the ball, take control of the ball game as he played for many years here for the Oakland Raiders.
It's coming out now as Jackson goes in to replace him. Iro Penaranda and Lewis Jackson go in, replacing Whittington and Jack Holmes. Now Whittington turns, he goes back, and they move Jackson up into the fullback position. So Whittington is had nothing there that time. Nothing, 0. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 3.
Okay, I think that selection of running the same play over again was not really the wise thing to do.
You certainly ought not to be able to, should you?
No, not this close, not with all the people up in front of the line. You're not talking about diving over for 1 or 2 yards. You're talking about a tough 4 yards. And that was the time, I think, if they're going to run the ball off tackle, at least run it around in for a sweep.
3rd quarter's over. So Oakland's got an opportunity immediately in front of them. but they've only got 15 minutes left to get their act together. After 3 periods, it's 17-0. Tampa Bay has the lead. We'll be back for the 4th quarter after this message and a word from our local station. 15 minutes to play in the football game. 17-0 Tampa Bay. Oakland laden with mistakes all day. Once more with an opportunity in hand, and you got to be thinking Raymond Chester right here. 3rd down and goal from the 3. Basana bootlegs it. Touchdown. Fred Basana options the ball in. He had it trailing back. That throws the defensive end, and Basana sticks it in the end zone.
I had my glasses right on Fred Basana, and I tell you, that young man wanted to pitch the ball more than anything else. If he turned for a second, looked upfield, and saw a hole that, well, heck, his mother on Mother's Day could have walked through that hole. Let's take a look at it. He wants to pitch his ball. Look, he just sees that hole. There's no way he can pitch it now.
He's on the scoreboard, and Shea is in for the extra point try. Snap was a little wide, but the kick is good. So Jeff Harper, who's doing all of the snapping for Oakland, with Lavasa injured and out for the season with surgery. And Jeff got it close enough, and the hole was good. And
watch this. The offensive line doing a great job. Kirchbach right here. Kirchbaum comes right there. Look at him just getting blown. Stopped right there by Lewis Jackson. Right there. Got the hand a little bit to the outside. And he gets enough room to get in for the score.
And you've got 14:56 to play in a 17-7 ball game. Look at it from the end zone now as Oakland will kick off, trailing by 10, 17-7. We're told that Kelvin Bryant of Philadelphia has just regained the USFL rushing lead so far in that ball game, with Philly leading Denver 6-3. Bryant has 22 carries and 96 yards. Herschel Walker plays tomorrow night. The ball comes skittering downfield on an onside try. The ball gets loose, and Tampa Bay covers it right on the sidelines. Man jumping on the ball was Alonzo Johnson, who's having a big day. Right now, let's go to Tim Brandt and the man who scored the Oakland touchdown, Fred Basana.
Thanks, Keith. You know, things have changed drastically. They have an inexperienced quarterback over there on the other side with Tampa Bay. Freddie, you're back in the ball game, 17-7. What do you do?
Well, we needed that one real bad. You know, we've been moving the football all day. We just got to hang on to it. I don't know, we have 5 or 6 fumbles, a couple drops. You know, they haven't stopped us really all day. It's just been a matter of stopping ourselves. We concentrate. Hey, we're in it.
You just talked to John Ralston. What did he say, very quickly?
Well, just a couple things we plan on doing next time we get the goal line. You know, that was a counter option, and you know, that one's kind of shot. So next time we get down there, what we're going to do.
Thanks, Freddie. Keith?
Carl Franks and Greg Boone, the setbacks, and they're up real tight. Pop it in there real quick, too. And they move it from the 33 out to 37 out to about the 40. That was an unusual alignment. I guess maybe it's from the years of watching, going back to the time when USC really popularized the I formation, where those great tailbacks would line up 7 yards deep off the quarterback, but that time I don't think Boone was more than 4.5 yards.
Well, I think what they wanted to do was have a quick hitter, looking for them to blitz on first down, playing some games.
He's about 5 yards now. 2nd down and 7 from the 40, and Kuntz going to throw it. No, he's not. Down at the 40. George Atiyah in at nose guard right now for Oakland, brought him down.
He was under a little pressure there. Just a bit of pressure, and he tried to run out. Didn't get very far.
Chicago had a big day against Washington, 31-3. As we said earlier in the telecast, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a coaching change in Washington this week.
And it's too bad, because Washington, as far as talent, really doesn't have much of a football team either to work with.
I don't think they're very deep in talent. They've got some, but it takes more than some. 1 for 8 on 3rd down conversions today for Tampa. They give the ball to Boone, and Boone is whacked down behind the line of scrimmage. And so here comes Oakland.
Keith, Tampa Bay didn't drive the ball. They moved the ball with 3 downs, about a yard total. With that in mind, I really have to question the reasoning for trying an onside kick. I would have thought that if you kick the ball deep, they get the ball on the 20 or maybe on the 10-yard line. You stop them, you get better field position. By going for the onside kick and not making it, Ralston has forced his team now out of what could have been great field position.
Gordon Banks is the deep man on the punt. Snap to end position, some pressure on him, but he gets it out of there. Pretty good kick into the wind, kind of hangs it, gives coverage some time, but now Banks has got a little room. And Gordon Banks is thrown down up at the 32 by Robert Young, a 40-yard punt. 12 minutes, 46 seconds to play in the game. Carl Franks, the Tampa Bay fullback, suffered what appears to be a knee injury and has been helped off the field. Keeping healthy running backs at Tampa has become a major chore. Oakland now with the football. First down at their own 32, trailing by 10. And Basana back to throw. Goes to the short route. Raymond Chester rolls out of bounds at the 36. Basana now has hit 8 passes in a row. The USFL record is 16. Arizona's Alan Risher holds that record. There they're working on Carl Franks.
Somebody's leg coming.
They only have a total of 3 running backs with them here today, so, and it's a good thing that Boone decided that he felt good enough to play.
And he's been a great help. Second down, call it 5. It's a long 5. And up the middle comes Lewis Jackson. Got a couple of yards. Here's Tim Brent.
Thanks, Keith. And I'm with Randy McClanahan, one of the newest acquisitions here in Oakland. He came over from the National Football League, and now you're going against a virtually inexperienced quarterback over there at Tampa. What do you do to try to confuse him?
Just go at him. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. He came off the bench. His eyes got big. I mean, we're going at him.
Try to scare him a little bit?
Oh, definitely. Just go at him. I'd like to wish my mom Happy Mother's Day.
All right, Keith.
All right, 3rd down and 3. Basana back. Goes short. Jackson, first down, big play. Jackson breaks it down to the Tampa Bay 43.
He just sailed that pass right by number 58, Johnson, and number, what's the other guy there? They sailed it by him right. Watch the ball just zips right past those 2 linebackers, right into Jackson's hand, and he just motors downfield. Glenn Edwards finally pulls him down.
Lewis Jackson, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo gets the first down for Oakland at the Tampa Bay 43. 10 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the game. 10-point lead, Tampa Bay. Basana back with the ball, gets some heat, flips it out there. Jackson's got it. And so they turn a virtual loss in a quarterback sack into a considerable gain.
You always have to be careful about plays like that. But when you need a big score, when you're desperate to move downfield, you do whatever it takes to move the ball downfield. Don't want to sack here. He just finds Jackson to the outside, flips it to him. Jackson turns it into a game.
Goedeker almost had Basana. Mike Goedeker out of Miami.
1976, we played in this Coliseum. John Stallworth and Franco Harris teamed up for a play like that for a touchdown.
Second down, very, very short for the first down. Basana may go deep here. Nope. Stay with what he's got. And he gets a big run out of Arthur Whittington. Down to the 23. And it's a first down, Oakland. And now the Invaders are rolling along. Tampa Bay needs a big defensive play. Jimmy Jordan, their starting quarterback, who took the job when John Reeves was hurt. Jordan now hurt. There's the attendance on this Mother's Day, 26,989. An awfully pleasant day to just sit out and watch somebody play ball. Whittington, no chance that time. Good defensive surge. And coming up, Ken Taylor, number 36, out of the free safety spot. I was about to say that I thought maybe Tampa was going to have to do some stunning, maybe gamble some, and that time it was Taylor doing the gambling, and he was there.
Well, there was Taylor and also the field. Right next to the football, they've got some turf that's in there. Those little patches of sod, you see them, they place them down and water them, hope they take when the field's been eaten up a bit. And when Arthur Whittington got the ball, he just got hit the side and just slipped right there. So he couldn't beat the side or the defense.
Second down, 10. Vasana back. Edwards on a blitz. Fumbles the football. Oakland will keep it. So it was Glenn Edwards on a safety blitz. Knocked the ball loose, but Oakland recovered it.
He just came in from Vasana's right, top of the picture. Vasana didn't really didn't see him that good. Starts to run away from him. He doesn't really see him. He senses him, runs away, switches the ball to the hand, almost like he was going to pitch it out again. And Glenn Edwards strips it from him. But number 67, Frank Frazier, comes up with the fumble recovery.
The ball is marked back on the 29, where it's third down and 15. Nickel defense in for Tampa. Vasana got a lot of room. He's got a lot of room to run. Got a first down. Well, there are times when you got to risk the body. And Vasana risked it on a counter option for a touchdown. And when he saw all of that green grass in front of him, he just pulled it down and took off.
Did a great job. Number 46, Warren Hanna, a rookie out of Florida State, came up in the cornerback position, tripped him up just as he was diving for that touchdown. And you're right, he had to sacrifice all of his body to make it. Watch him scramble. The defensive pressure just forced him to the right, and a lot of green right there. He just gets in there in time.
And it's first down Oakland at the Tampa 12. Fred's now run for 32 yards today on 5 carries.
Keep it up, he'll be the second leading rusher.
Here comes Whittington. Out of bounds at the 4. Ken Taylor kept him out of the end zone.
Well, that time, the line blocking didn't really help Arthur Whittington that much, but he used his speed and got out to the outside and just stretched this run out until he got a gain of about 8 yards out of this play. There you see all the offensive linemen. Look at all those white shirts out there as he sprints to the outside. 22 carries, 128 yards on the day so far for Arthur Whittington.
Strange that if you'd have a ball club that does almost nothing in the first half and then catch fire in the second. From the 4, Whittington, and he gets a couple.
That couple should be good enough for a first down.
I don't know. It's close. I don't think it's quite at the 2. From this angle, we're so far away from the field. Even with binoculars, the angle makes it difficult, so they'll measure. So that tells you how close it is. 6 minutes and 23 seconds. Time is the ally of Tampa Bay. No question about that.
Well, Keith, you said that the Oakland Invaders were a second-half team, and they are certainly proving it at this point. Although I think they're getting more help. As you see right there, they're inches away from a first down inside the 5-yard line. But I think the injury to Jimmy Jordan has probably been the one thing that's helped them most. It made them feel, well, if we take the ball and move it, we've now got a chance because they probably can't move the ball, and got their whole offensive attitude back up where it belongs.
Well, they're in a position where they get in a position where they can get a tie, then they force it to overtime. And Oakland's been in the overtime game before this year. Lead just inches. Whittington has it. Oh, he might have lost some yardage there. You know that? On third down, I think he's cut down for a loss by Kirchbaum.
He certainly was. This was the same play, Keith, they ran before, and had Arthur cut to his right, he would have scored a touchdown. But the defense reads it perfectly. Kirchbaum comes in, gets a lot of help, and they throw him for a loss. Now, what will John Ralston do? Will he go for a field goal here to bring it to within 1 touchdown? Or does he take a chance and try and score the touchdown? My thinking is...
Oakland's been in the overtime game before this year. Lead just inches. Whittington has it. Oh, he might have lost some yardage there. You know that? On third down, I think he's cut down for a loss by Kirchbaum.
He certainly was. This was the same play, Keith, they ran before, and had Arthur cut to his right, he would have scored a touchdown. But the defense reads it perfectly. Kirchbaum comes in, gets a lot of help, and they throw him for a loss. Now, what will John Ralston do? Will he go for a field goal here to bring it to within one touchdown, or does he take a chance and try and score the touchdown? My thinking is kick the field goal.
Yeah, I guess so. Because Tampa Bay certainly hasn't shown the ability with Nathaniel Kuntz, the quarterback, to move the ball.
That's right.
And you've got 5 minutes and 54 seconds to play in the ball game. And Kevin Shea, who is only 2 out of 10 in field goals here at home this season, loading up on him a little bit. Here's, for a moment, is Tim Brandt.
Thanks, Keith. We just got a report on Jimmy Jordan. At the very least, it is a separated shoulder. There could be a break. Now I'm with the running back, Frank, and yours is a knee, and how bad is it?
I don't think it's too bad. It just got twisted to the inside and stiffened up on me real bad right now.
Okay, nonetheless, Tampa Bay's down to one running back, that being Sam Platt. Keith?
Well, and a hobble to Greg Boone. But that's not the big concern right now. The big concern right now is what John Ralston is going to decide to do. And there goes Basana back. And there goes Whittington back. And it looks to me like Oakland may have decided to go for the touchdowns.
Well, it's a gutsy move. He feels his team can do it. I don't think that Oakland will be able to do it. They haven't been able to move the ball consistently well in this tight. They've got an unbalanced line right now to the right.
Well, they didn't do it. Did not do it. I don't think.
They didn't score the touchdown,
No.
but
He's trying, Nordgren diving in there. He's trying for his first down. He may be close to it.
Basana is signaling that they have a first down.
Where's the spot? Nordgren, 5'11", 245 pounds, the nose guard. Took him on.
Oakland,
Now, here comes the biggest measurement of this day.
Oakland came out and tried to snap the ball real quick on that unbalanced offensive line of theirs to catch him off guard.
That was a 4th down play. It's a first down. Well, it took some gizzard to make that call.
It took some gizzard, some kidneys, some guts, and everything else to call this play, but he calls it. Arthur Whittington right there hit just as he got the handoff, but dives and squirms to get just enough for a first down. 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the ball game. They've got it, 4 downs to move it 2 yards to score.
Out of the eye. That'll give Whittington a little more choice. He's going wide. He's going down for a loss as Ken Taylor came in, but I think Taylor got the mask.
He certainly did. Got the mask, pulled the shoulder pads out of his jersey. Heck, if he had enough time, he'd probably try and pull his socks down too. Keep him in the end zone.
Well, Philadelphia has won, beating Denver 6-3. So that was the day of defense in Philadelphia today. And the face mask retains the first down for Oakland. And the ball is marked half the distance. That means it's sitting in between the 2 and 3.
Defense, number 36, first down.
Well, they're taking up a lot of time to stick that ball in the end zone. They're now down to 5:23. But if they can get it in the end zone, kick the point, then they will be within a field goal of a tie. And, of course, go into overtime if they have to. That's Whittington trying to climb the stack. And he's good for a yard on that piece of mountaineering.
He must have heard about the Americans climbing up Mount Everest recently and decided to see what it was like on top of something big.
Not too pleasant when that big old 54 is up there swatting your ears.
That's right.
Welcome those of you who have been watching the Philadelphia-Denver ball game here in Oakland. It's 17-7 Tampa Bay, with Oakland trying to punch it in on 2nd down and goal from the 1. And Basana keeps it on, tries to bootleg it out, and he is caught behind the line of scrimmage by Paul Porowski, the inside linebacker for Tampa Bay. And so once again, the Oakland Invaders, who have been down here for the better part of 2.5 minutes knocking on the door, they were saved in reality, I think, by a face mask penalty against Tampa Bay. On 4th down, they gambled and went for the first down and got it by about an inch. And now the Tampa Bay defense rises up again. The defense knowing full well the heat's on them because pass it here, but they may have to. Lasana almost dropped the snap, puts it in the air. Penalty flag, touchdown catch by Gordon Banks. Let's see about the flag here. It may be against Banks, as he seemed awfully wide open against Ken Taylor.
Offensive pass interference.
Yes.
And it is offensive pass interference, and Banks is having a fit on the field.
I'm Keith Jackson along with Lynn Swan, and the man there with pain all over his face is John Ralston, the coach of the Oakland Invaders, who have just made one mistake after another.
And if they don't put this ball in the end zone, those players are going to have pain all over their bodies when they go back to practice
Offensive
next
pass
week.
interference. And loss of down. It will be
Whoa.
4th down.
There's the real nail is your offensive pass interference. You lose the down.
There's a coffin that says Oakland Invaders that's hovering above a grave right now.
Well, Shea comes in for the field goal try with 4 minutes and 1 second to play in the ball game. They will try for the field goal to get him within a touchdown. But with Jordan out of there, Nathaniel Kuntz unable to move the ball for Tampa Bay at quarterback. Now, today, Shea has missed from 55, missed from 42. The bad snap, but the hold is down, and Shea nails it from 30 yards. And it's a 17-10 ball game. So Oakland is still alive. Barely. 3:57 to play in the game. Has come back now to make it 17-10, but they showed some ineptness in sticking the ball in the end zone from the 3-yard line.
They just flat out couldn't do it. And like I said during the commercial, if John Ralston had taken my advice and kicked the field goal, they would have had those 3 points and 2 more minutes on the clock.
Shea hangs it very high for Alvin Bailey at the 9. And Bailey comes back to the 29. Steve Spurrier now is going to send young Nathaniel Kuntz of Florida A&M out. And right now, Tim Brandt with Gordon Banks.
Keith, you know Gordon Banks caught that touchdown pass. It was called back. You didn't like the call. Tell us about it.
No, the defensive back had inside position on me, so I'm trying to run the inside route. So he's pushing me, and I just slip around him outside and make the catch. I thought it was a good touchdown.
How did he call the offensive interference?
I guess he saw us pushing each other within the first 5 yards, but it looked like he was pushing me more than I was pushing him.
Okay, Gordon, back to you, Keith.
Big heat here for Tampa Bay's offense. Greg Boone to the outside.
Boone, the ball carrier.
And from the 29 out across the 35 to the 36. That's a pretty good pickup there. 6.5, 7 yards. That's about what Tampa Bay was averaging when Jordan was in the ball game, about 6 yards on first down plays.
Keith, I didn't get a chance to see whether it was really pass interference or not on Banks, but he spoke. He defended himself like a true wide receiver.
Yes, he did.
Who never pass interferes with anyone.
You guys always rehearse very well.
That's right. The I didn't do anything school of acting for the wide receivers.
He was pretty well open, though, I'll say. This may read pass on second down and 3. Nope.
Boone, the ball
Boone for
carrier.
the first down out near the 40.
Down by McClellan.
That's a big first down because the clock is running now at 2:45 to play in the game. The clock will stop at 2 minutes. And it will stop on each first down movement of the chains within that final 2 minutes. Steve Spurrier, who was storming after Jimmy Jordan was injured, feeling that they didn't whistle a call on the quarterback soon enough. Ball is right at the 40 for a first down. Here comes Greg Boone again, and Oakland gets him after a 2-yard pickup.
McClellan and Daniel is out on the clock.
What's the timeout situation, Dave Burnson?
Gain of 2 yards.
Both Oakland with 2 left and Tampa Bay with 3. Todd Barry, our spotter today, as he has been for some time.
Steve Spurrier just trying to hold on to that lead as you see our timeout situation right there. Tampa Bay with 3, Oakland with 2. And trying to use them judiciously here in the last 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Well, they really can't get themselves in a fix now where they may get the ball back, but they're going to need these 2 remaining first timeouts. Even though the clock stops on the movement of the change, it is Tampa Bay, the team that is more want to run without huddles. Next Sunday afternoon, national telecast of USFL football for you here on ABC. It's got to be a good one. It has got to be a good one. Chicago Blitz and the Philadelphia Stars. Chicago winning big today over Washington 31-3. The Stars got into a dogfight defensively with Denver and came out on top 6-3 on 2 Dave Trout field goals.
We've seen a good Philadelphia defense do a great job on their pass coverage and rushing. They're going to have a tough job of trying to hang on to Tremaine Johnson and Wayman Bugs, who have been doing an excellent job for Chicago this year.
Wayman, of course, the younger brother of Denny, who's wide receiver for Tampa Bay. 2nd down, 8. Greg Boone is doing most of the work right now for Tampa Bay. Slams his body into the stack and gets himself 1 yard. Play rule brought him down. The clock stops. 2 minutes to play in a football game. Actually 1:58. It is 3rd down for the Tampa Bay Bandits. 6 yards to go for a first down. 1 minute 58 seconds to play in the football game. Tampa Bay 17, Oakland 10. Oakland needs to win to hang on to a share of first place in the Pacific Division. Los Angeles 5-5. Oakland will be 4-6 if they lose. Chicago has already won. Tampa Bay, with a win, will go to 7-3 and remain tied with Chicago in the Central Division. Oakland gambling here that Tampa Bay is not going to throw the ball. But they are. Puts it up long and deep and overthrown as Eric Truvillion was on a post route deep. Fair coverage on it, but he had the size on the defender. The ball was just simply overthrown.
That was number Kenny Daniels, the cornerback, number 29, and he did a very smart thing that time. Just got away from the receiver, made sure there was going to be no pass interference when he saw the ball overthrown.
The punt is out of there by Andrew Zishin, and that is a howitzer. The wind, I guess, had turned around because it swirls here in the big bowl at the Oakland Alameda County the stadium. And Andrew Zishin hit it 56 yards into the end zone. Oakland will have the ball, 1:47 to play in the game. In the ball game, Fred Basana, 20 for 30 today, out of 30, for 220 yards and an interception. He, however, has completed 10 in a row. 3 wide receivers as they flex Chester out. Gordon Banks almost broke too soon. Basana to put it up. Coming back to the ball, Raymond Chester. He gave up the first down, but he is thrown out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 28. Raymond was up around the 32, but he saw that Basana was in some trouble, and now watch him. This is an old pro.
Mark of a good receiver. Whenever you're running a route, your quarterback gets in trouble, always come back to the ball. Look, coming right back to the football, catches it there. Now he doesn't have the first down, but he's hit. Instead of trying to drop right there, drop on the ground right there, he forces himself out of bounds to stop the clock.
1:39 to play, 2nd down, 2 for the first down. Basana drills it. He's got the first down. Caught by Whittington. And Arthur is up at the 35. So that stops the clock at 1:32. Oakland going without a huddle now because once the chains are put down, the referee, Dave Kamansky, will roll the clock. Basana back. Short. Pass is complete. Coming out of the backfield, Whittington again. He is up to the 43. That is not a first down. They've got to hurry. 1 minute and 12 seconds and the clock running. Basana now has completed 13 in a row. The record is 16, held by Risher of Arizona.
Watch him, Jeff, watch him.
Nobody to throw to. Goes to the short man, Lewis Jackson, out of the backfield for the first down across midfield to the Tampa Bay 48. And the clock again stops as the chains are moved. That's 14 completions in a row for Fred Basana and 52 seconds to play in the game.
There is enough time. They still probably need the big play that will eat up a large chunk of ground to get into this end zone.
Over the middle again, it's short, 41-yard line. Do they spend their timeout? 40 seconds. Clock is running. They got one timeout. 35 seconds. Second down and 2. Tampa Bay giving them the short stuff. To the sideline. It is incomplete. And that stops the clock and breaks the string after 15. So he's one short of the record.
Number 25, Alvin Bailey, came in like a freight train. Head of steam. The ball was thrown to the sideline, trying to get it in between the zone.
Penalty flag. Back up field.
To Wyatt Henderson is right there. He's well covered. He's got a chance. He could have caught that pass.
Yeah, the penalty is going to go against Oakland here, though. That's the most important thing right now is what is the flag and against whom. And it looks like Oakland's backed up. Oh, look at here. Holding, I'll bet you. Yep.
Well, the same thing that plagued this team in the first quarter.
That penalty, however, Swanee keeps his string
Holding.
alive at 15 in a row.
Number 72.
Statistically,
offense.
it keeps
Second down.
Statistically, it keeps his string alive. Yep.
intact.
Yep.
Well, I think right now he'd give up any kind of string or record for a
No
win.
question about it. Second down and 12 from midfield. Basana back. Goes deep. Incomplete. He was throwing for Wyatt Henderson, and Henderson was trying to split the defenders, and the ball was a little too far downfield.
Keith, I think all those hits early in the ball game that defensive secondary has laid on the receivers for the Invaders paid off that time. He split those receivers. They bumped into each other. Had he taken the initiative and had the aggressive play to jump up in the air and go for that ball, it was catchable. If he makes a leap for it, it was catchable. It takes a great play or a tough play, but he was in position to do it.
Only if it's somebody like you that can jump 5 feet on the dead run.
I thought that was standard equipment.
Third down and 12 from midfield. 18 seconds to play in the ball game. Basana now's got to unload it in a hurry. Gets it off. Did he pick it off? It is intercepted by Jeff George. Jeff George comes down on the field with the ball, and that should do it with only 9 seconds to play in the ball game. And Oakland with only 1 timeout remaining. Jeff George was the man that had the big play against Philadelphia when Tampa Bay beat them in their first meeting. And he comes up here with an interception that shuts down Oakland's opportunities. But Oakland beat themselves as much as anything today with 6 turnovers.
6 turnovers, large number of penalties, not penalties at midfield, but penalties when they were in scoring position that took them out.
So all they need is probably 2 snaps, since Oakland figures to call timeout when the ball is snapped. Clock roll, roll, roll. Now the clock has expired. Oakland did not spend the timeout. The ball game is over. And the Tampa Bay Bandits have defeated the Oakland Invaders by a score of 17-10. And so Tampa Bay hangs on to a share. So now let's look at the standings in the Atlantic Division. Philadelphia winning today, 6-3 now at 9-1. Boston losing yesterday to Los Angeles at 5-5. New Jersey plays Birmingham Monday night. Washington drops to the bottom, and we expect a coaching change in Washington or some announcement relative to that this coming week. Central Division, Chicago and Tampa Bay remain tied. Michigan's right there at 6-4, and Birmingham could, with a win tomorrow night, go up to 5-5. That's a tough division. In the Pacific Division, Los Angeles now sits on top of the Pacific with a record of 5-5. Oakland, Denver, and Arizona all at 4-6. So the chase is still very much on for the playoff spots. The 3 division winners and the next best one-loss record will qualify for the semifinals. Next week we will have a big one, a good one. It'll be the Chicago Blitz at Philadelphia against the Stars. Final score again, Tampa Bay 17, Oakland 10.